Hi everybody, it's Zoe from Sugar Street Studios. Welcome to the channel. This week, apart from other projects I had to do, I had to make my daughter a Peter Rabbit cake. We went to see the movie. Have you seen it? It's pretty awesome. We went to see the movie, absolutely loved it. She said, "Mom, I want it for my birthday cake." So I made it and I filmed it as a tutorial, and I hope you like it. So you can see that I've started by making a very simple cake structure, to which underneath I'm attaching Rice Krispie treats, which form Peter's legs. If you want some advice about how to put together a structure, you can check out my previous videos below where we talk all about understanding cake structures. So Rice Krispie treats for his legs. His body, however, is good old-fashioned chocolate caramel cake, which I have carved into a rough oval shape. 6-inch cakes I used. And then I've stacked those on top of our Rice Krispie legs, and I've also added a head. I will pop the head off actually in a moment. I ganache them separately, but when I carve, I like to see them in proportion next to each other. So I've just put it on so that I can help judge the size. Once I'm happy with that, I ganache both the body and then the head separately actually, because I'm going to work on the head separately. Now this is interesting, this is cake clay or cake pop mix. So I took my offcuts of cake and I squished them together to create sort of edible clay, and I'm just using this to pad out little sections of my cake that maybe I didn't carve quite correctly, or that I know that I just need a little bit of extra volume. And because it's chocolate with the ganache, it all tastes delicious. I'm working on the head now. You'll see that I mixed together modelling chocolate and sugar paste. I've done 50-50 mix here, and I'm just putting a little bit of what I call understructure on the face. And then I'm covering the whole lot in my mix of chocolate and sugar paste before I start then just working on and moulding the rabbit's face. I use photos generally when I'm doing things like this, just to help give me a frame of reference really for what I'm aiming for. But you can see I've made holes for the eyes, and now I'm working my way down just to sculpting the nose and the mouth area. Rabbits have a little bit of a muzzle like most animals, so you want to make sure you've got a bit of a protrusion there. And equally now I'm just going in over the eyes. I've just popped in 2 little eyeballs into my sockets and just smoothing them in and creating eyelids and just a little bit of definition around where Peter's eyes are to give him that lovely almond shape that you see. I've just added in a little bit of extra paste, my chocolate paste mix here around his cheek areas, because I wasn't happy that it wasn't full enough. This is the great thing about modelling chocolate, is that you can really seam it in nice and easily. So once you're happy with how his face looks, I've gone in and I've textured to create the fur. I'm creating ears here. I'm just measuring them up against his head for size, and I'm sticking in some cocktail sticks. But then what I did was I placed them to one side to harden up. Now, because it's got modelling chocolate in it, you can pop it in the fridge too to do that. So I'm just leaving those to one side, and I'm coming back to my cake. So you can see I've done the same thing. I added a little bit of padding for the arm because one of his arms is in his pocket. And then I'm just patchwork piecing, adding my covering to the cake. Again, because we've got chocolate in there, it blends really nicely together. Also, this is not a beautifully finely executed wedding cake. This is a sculpted cake with an awful lot of texture, so it's a lot more forgiving. And it suits my way of working. You can see that I'm going over the whole of Peter just to really texture that fondant so it looks like fur. You'll notice that I'm keeping the back section of him free because we're going to be putting his jacket there. So I'm just covering what we're going to see. At this stage, I've added the head, sealed it together with a little bit of modelling chocolate, and my nice now dry and firm ears are added in. And I've hand painted Peter this time. Hand painted him, you could airbrush, but I wanted to sort of pay homage, if you like, to Beatrix Potter and go for a slightly more old school look. So I've just mixed up petal dust with rejuvenated spirit or food grade alcohol, and that creates a lovely paint. And Peter, if you look at him, is he's a strange colour. He's a bit gingery, but he's also a bit grey. So I've gone over in layers of colour, starting off lighter and then working my way up, and just adding colour, you know, as I need to. At this point, my camera stopped filming, which I didn't realise. So unfortunately, I'm not able to show you how I painted his eyes, but you can see that in other tutorials that I have filmed that are on the channel. Once Peter's painted, I've gone in and I've done his jacket. I've just used regular fondant, coloured a navy blue, patchwork pieced it together as I always do. I find it easier to do that. And then in keeping with the finish of him, I've gone in and sort of washed over a lovely, lovely denim blue over the top, just to give a little bit more extra depth to that jacket. I love the fact they've given Peter a denim jacket in this movie. It's really cool. So I have tried to texture that a little bit with my brush. And if you notice on denim, where it's sort of frayed at the edges, and by the stitching you sort of see the white of the denim. So I've just gone in and just added in a little bit of white around the cuffs, just to help bring that to life. So, me again. At this point, I should have put in Peter's little gold buttons. But obviously, because I was doing this very late at night and I had a billion things going on, I completely forgot. Peter's carrot is made from modelling chocolate, scored the ridges. I've added some extra colour, some little white lines for realism. The leaves, I used wafer paper, which I've added extra petal dust onto, and I used a steamer just to help make the leaves move. And just give them some movement, and I stuck them together with a little bit of water and just put them inside the top of the carrot. Finally, whiskers. If you've seen my snow leopard tutorial, you'll know that I use vermicelli noodles to make whiskers. And there he is. Totally forgot to put his buttons on, and so I have to let you into a little secret. I had to Photoshop them in afterwards, which is something I've never done before on a cake, but we'd already eaten him before I realised that it was too late. We ate Peter. So that's what I did. I don't usually do that, but on this occasion, I put it down to the fact that I have 5 very emotionally active 9-year-olds over to stay.
Oh my god.
What do you think, Fim?
It's amazing! How do you do that? I love his jacket. It's amazing. It's amazing. Good.
So that was it. That was Peter Rabbit and the 9-year-old sleepover cake. So if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. It will mean a huge amount. And if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, please do. Every week we're going to be looking at different things, I'll be showing you different tutorials on cakes that I make, and and equally, if there's anything that you would like me to cover, send me a message, let me know. Really nice to see you all again, and thanks for tuning in. Bye.